Hey guys, my name is Seppi and welcome to a really quick video. We're going to be talking about some really cool news for Star Wars fans, more specifically, Ahsoka fans. Her little leg is broken. So Disney just had their investors call thing, but it wasn't more of a call so much as an event that they streamed online for everybody to see, although some parts were blocked out, like the little preview for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, which I will also talk about in another video. Just for whatever reason, they just didn't want to show the public that kind of stuff just yet, but a lot of things were announced. Everything from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, a Lando show, the Cassian show, which looks very interesting, very high budget, as well as the Ahsoka show. Now, it has been said on the undeniable source of Twitter, that's a joke, that it is going to be the live-action Ahsoka show, so that's what we can expect. Rosario Dawson, I guess, reprising the role from a couple episodes ago. So I don't think we're going to see much more of her in The Mandalorian, maybe at the end, but however, we are going to see her in a full show, a series. So we have no idea how long the show is going to be, although we can surmise that it's going to be her hunt for Ezra Bridger as well as Thrawn. She even name-dropped Thrawn at the end of The Mandalorian episode that she was in. And this puts to rest a fear that I had, which was going to be The Mandalorian was going to tie in all this major stuff. Like, I want The Mandalorian to stay what it is. I think they've done a good job of keeping it that way, although teasing some other things for spin-offs. Now we know this is going to be a spin-off, which I think is awesome. Like, Ahsoka's going to be looking for Thrawn and Ezra in a separate series. This also means we get Thrawn live action, which is going to be awesome. That's so exciting to me, to think of seeing Thrawn in live action, whether it's played by Lars Mikkelsen or others. My personal favorite iteration of Thrawn is Mark Thompson. If you know, he does the book narration for the audiobooks from Timothy Zahn. So his Thrawn is amazing. He probably physically couldn't do the role. He doesn't really look anything like Thrawn, but his voice for it is incredible. So I hope they take inspiration from his performance from Thrawn. However, I do believe they're probably going to just cast Lars Mikkelsen and have him do his iteration, which is also still good. Now, switching gears for just a quick second, one of my favorite pieces of Star Wars storytelling in general is what's known as the Thrawn trilogy. So that's going to be Heir to the Empire, what's the second one? Dark Force Rising and Last Command. Those are essentially what I was hoping the sequel trilogy would be, and hopefully they can still do that in some sort of way, because it only takes place 5 years after the original trilogy. These are books that were written in the 90s, and they deal with Thrawn and his uprising, him bringing the Empire back. There's stuff to do with cloning ancient Jedi and really interesting, really cool stuff. A little bit wacky sometimes, but like overall great storytelling, a really cool story, and probably what the sequel trilogy should have focused on a little bit more. So there's the possibility that that could happen. Now, that would involve Luke, Han, and Leia. I don't think they're going to do that, but it would be interesting to see that story with Thrawn play out in a way where Luke, Han, Leia maybe can pop in every once in a while to do some things. Towards the end, there would have to be some more heavy implications of that, but tell how this whole story unfolded from Ahsoka's side, which they could do, or they could just tell a whole new story that could just remain in Legends and they never touch it. But it does open up the possibility for it, which I think is huge and awesome, and I would love to see her point of view while all this stuff is going on. Everything from Lu'uk, if you know what I'm talking about, to that old hidden fleet that Thrawn finds. A lot of cool stuff happens in those books, and they could really benefit from having a fresh perspective on it. It would definitely be more of like a side story feel. Like, it probably wouldn't feel quite so epic, but I don't think Star Wars always needs to be epic. Look at The Mandalorian. It's doing fine just being these little stories, these little vignettes, and that suits it very well. And they could do that with Ahsoka. So that's just kind of my quick little video. I just wanted to tell whoever's listening that this is actually a thing for Ahsoka fans out there. And let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is going to follow that trilogy if you're familiar with it? Or is this just going to be a whole separate thing? They're going to continue Ahsoka, Ezra, and Thrawn's trilogy in their own way, keeping the Thrawn trilogy in Legends? Or are they going to do something totally different? They could really have a lot of options. I will say this. I would love to see Luke show back up in this series and have Ahsoka and Luke have a conversation about Anakin. It would be really interesting for Luke to get that perspective from Ahsoka. Like, hey, your dad trained me. I knew him very well. I loved him. Like, I could tell you some cool stuff about it. I fought him when he was evil. And then Luke tell Ahsoka he was okay in the end. Like that would just be really, really cool stuff. A lot of cool possibilities. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.